Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tripoli here, back on our Lord's Mole video. And before the actual video starts, I want to give a little bit of a context behind the first clip and kind of the name of the video. The name of the video is, a guildless target or a guildless nightmare, right? So basically, what's going on is I think we've all been in a similar situation where we've left our guild, we've gone to Fury or whatever, and we think that maybe you have that superstition that somebody might be like setting a rally on you, and you might take while guildless, you might take that rally before you can get back in your guild or whatever, and you're like, let me in, and well. In this case scenario, I took I thought about that fear, and I'm like, well, I see this guy, he's sitting there like 230 million might blue and green gear that I've seen before. I'm like, okay, well, this guy doesn't have the best gear. Not going to expect this whatsoever. So let me go ahead and let me go set a rally on him. So I set a rally on him. We ended up having to cancel a couple times, but we get it off. We get that 2 million fill, and basically, you guys are going to see what happens next. So, guys, coming up in here, I've got 5 seconds before my rally hits. This guy was unprepared, but he was kind of prepared. He did put on his war gear. We hit, and check it out. We hit 3.4 million troops and give him a hell of a lot of woundeds and a hell of a lot of red deads. He doesn't have all too much left, so I'm like, okay, well, I got to go fast. I got to get this Griffin, up. I don't have max Griffin ability. It's not going to get back to me too fast, but I got to go fast. I got to try to get this thing just, moved as fast as possible back to my base. Unfortunately, he does port out from where he just was, and we're stuck in a situation where, okay, well, this guy is Fury. He's guildless. He's burning, but where exactly is he? Or maybe he's not burning because maybe a couple of one troops came in and hit him. So we're going to go in here, see what he's got left, and we see that he's got infantry and range, maybe a little bit of cav left. Um, and guess what? Seeks comes in clutch, finds him. Thank you, Seeks, for finding them. And look at this. Comes in clutch. We get the rally set. He's still guildless. I don't know how the hell his guild YOL hasn't let him back in, but he's stuck there. He's sitting there. I'm just gonna, go on my merry way, filling this thing up. He's Fury. He has no choice but to take this. But if he's not gonna take any reins, we're basically just gonna be hitting an ass load of T3, T4 infantry in range. There's not much, that he could really do. Now he could probably heal those ancient drakes and try to create a cav front line and kind of try to counter me. Now, if you were to do that, maybe it would stop me from killing a decent amount of his troops, but we'll kind of see what he does. So I'm like, I want a 50% attack boost for this. I'm not going to use my 70, but I'm going to use a 50 because I want to hurt this guy. I'm like, with what he's got left, I want to barrel through because I expected him to kind of get that cab front line up and up in front of me. Well, at least possibly. And this guy was talking and emoting in global and such, so I don't think he was expecting me to set another rally or to find him. Well, guys, it's coming down to it, and I'm prepared to just put on my war gear. I want to put on as fast as possible. I don't want to give him any advantage over me. And so the rally's walking 28 minutes. We don't really have carpets, but I don't expect to have to use carpets for this. I think this guy is going to port, and he does. He does indeed port, and check this out, 1.4 million red deads. What a nice juicy hit. 35 million might drop. This guy just went from 230 down to like 168 or so. Guy got absolutely murked by two rallies. All right, guys. So moving on to this next clip. Basically, there was this guy, and he was like about 508 million starting might. This guy was just kind of chilling there, and I had seen that the day previous that a guild had come at him. I'm sure he was like non-anti or something. A guild came at him and they walked back. They walked back with probably a decent portion of troops. It kind of seemed like by the news report, and I could tell, well, this guy doesn't have all too many troops. So hey, let me kind of. I found him, so I'm like, well, let me go see what I can do. I've got way better stats than this guy, and he walked back. So I go over and I set a rally. I do my full infantry thing, and I come in and lo and behold, he's got 8 million troops. I'm like, oh shit. But look how much I walked back with. And the reason for this being is look at his comp. So, number one, I did hit, I believe, what was it, cab front. So, cab front. But look at his comp. Look at all this T3 range and look at all that T4 range. That is absolutely fucking wild. Look at that comp. It is insane. So of course, my T5 familiars, they kind of go to work on his back line and such, which is great. I love it. But guys, so he takes this first rally, and of course I didn't record. I was way too in the zone. Sometimes I get like this where I'm like in the zone, um, and I'm not really thinking about recording. I'm just like, I want this, So I didn't get to record the first two. So basically, he comes online. I think he was online the entire time. He might have gear swapped the first rally. I didn't really see. I thought I had somebody online to show me. I don't think they were really paying attention necessarily. Um, I think he might have like switched last second or whatever. But he takes the first. He burns, and basically he ports back in, gets Fury. I'm like, you know what? I'm not wasting my time. Well, we kind of find him like an hour and a half later, and I go ahead and I set on him again. I'm like, you know what? He might want to just take this, even though if he's online. So basically, let's go take a look. He does end up taking the next rally, and again, I didn't record because I just wasn't paying attention at all. Just again in the zone. I wanted this guy so bad. And check this out. So he's down to 7.2 million troops. I come in here, another full infantry rally, of course. And he decides to take it in infantry phalanx. So he takes it in infantry fell and gets absolutely murked down to 5.7 million troops. So let's kind of see what this does to his front line. Absolutely gets murked right here for 1.2 million red deads. So basically, he tried taking an infantry because he didn't have enough cav really left to take it. His cav was kind of getting hurt. But check this out. So basically, his sanctuary was already full. And take a look at this, 772k red deads off that. That's pure T4 red deads he's not getting back. Sanctuary's full and everything. My main goal was to try to hit this range here. I thought, you know what, if I can somehow bust through the front line and get back to this range, it's gonna be juicy. Um, so he takes that one, and we're like, oh shit, like he's down to 5.7 million troops, and he's healing every time. Like he's healing out of it, his infirmaries. He's bringing like an account over or whatever. I don't know why he's trying to take these, but I'm not going to show the next report. We'll kind of watch the clip and kind of roll through it, and you guys can see what happens. All right. So basically, I'm loading up on him again. He's trying to heal. He's down to 440 million might from 508. So we've knocked him down 68 million might from a couple rallies. He's healing between. He's healed before every rally from onto this point. That 300 KT4 that keeps going into his infirms and whatnot. So here he is with his little bank or whatever, trying to heal himself up, thinking that somehow if he were to heal himself, it's going to be somehow worthwhile for him to basically be able to kind of take the next rally. And we don't really understand what's going on. And I kind of figured it as one of those kind of people that were just kind of nuts and have no idea what the hell they're doing and think that they're doing something, but they're really not. So I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to set again. Yeah, normal people would think, oh, he's not Fury, he's not going to take this, but I think taking that first rally when I thought he was online, uh, I absolutely from that point on, I feel like he would just keep taking the rallies to a certain extent. Well, so we're kind of at the point where we're basically just full, and he's kind of healed up a bit, but definitely not enough. He definitely does not have enough troops that he can heal up to be able to stop us from coming in here and kind of plowing him. He's getting resources and whatnot, and it does not look like a good situation. I'm going to take a look at the comp. I'm going to see what he's got left. I'm like, well, with 5.7, well, what's probably going to be 5.9 million troops. How do you plan on taking this next one when literally like all your comps range, right? So I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking to myself, he's literally all range. Like what is he about to do here? Like just guys, fill me up. Let's do this. All right, guys. So basically, it's really coming down to I'm like 20% attack boost. I want to, I'm sure he healed up some cab. Got to apply that. Got to do as much damage as possible. He ports over. Of course, I switch instantly into gear, and bam, he random ports, thinking that he's gonna take this and not take a bunch of reds. I don't know what he was doing, but look at this. Look how many reds he's taking. Now, this does do like an okay job, but look at all this. 460k T4 cab red, 79k T4 infreds. Like, what was this guy even thinking? Look how many reds he just took, and those are real reds. Those aren't sanctuary reds. 80% of that ain't going to the sanctuary. Sanctuary is already full. So what the fuck is going on? So we just dropped this guy about 100 million might while he was online the entire time. And I to this day, man, like I was thinking about it, just I wanted to hit that range so bad. There was literally like 5.2, 5.3 million range. There was so much T4 and T3 range. If I could just have gotten a hit on that range, oh, it would have been juicy, guys. Oh my God, he would have dropped a 100 million right there off of just me hitting that range. It would have been juicy, probably the juiciest hit of my rally career. But unfortunately, we didn't. He ended up actually switching names on all of his accounts, like I think possibly migrating out. And I think he recently just bought an account and moved into the kingdom. But we'll see about that. See if we can get a zero on that at some point. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It was kind of a different kind of style of video. A lot of context, a lot of explaining and such. But I hope y'all enjoyed. There was a lot of juicy content, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out, guys.